What's up, everybody? So I know I haven't uploaded in like 2 days, but I figured since I'm such a small channel, not many people, I only have 32 subscribers right now, but I just didn't think I would get many views if I uploaded during Christmas Eve and Christmas. But Merry Christmas, everybody. It was yesterday, so this is the day after. This is Monday the 26th, and today I thought it would be a good day to go into like my rookie analysis for this season so far. So I have like 17 rookies that I think deserve, like, in not super in depth, but just we're gonna talk about 17 of the rookies this year, which is a good bit. Okay, so I figured we'd start off with the most obvious, the clear cut rookie of the year, as much as I hate to say it being a Pacers fan, but Paolo Banchero having an amazing rookie season, very great all-around player as expected. He had the most ready, just NBA ready body off the jump, being 250, tall, ball handling, has playmaking skills, just a perfect like point forward for today's NBA. But averaging like 22, 8 and 4 assists, which that's ridiculous. Not insane efficiency, but none of the rookies are really efficient. What do you expect from their first season in the NBA? So I don't think we really have to go too in depth. That was the right pick for the Magic. Obviously, that's exactly what they needed. They're building something good over there with all their young guys. So yeah, Paulo, obviously number one. Then we go to Benedict Mathurin for my Pacers, my team. I still think he plays a lot of minutes, don't get me wrong, but I think it's like 28 a game. But I don't know. I want Buddy Hield traded so that, Mathurin takes a lot of shots, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I want to see him and Tyrese on the floor together more, which they are. So it's not a terrible situation. He's still averaging about 18, shooting 40% from three or whatever, which is amazing as a rookie. There were some games earlier in the year that he seemed a little bit more passive, just out of the blue. He'd have a big scoring game, and then he really wouldn't shoot the ball too much. Like, I'd say in that Miami Heat game, not the other day, but the one before that, he didn't seem like he really wanted to shoot the ball all too much. But for the most part, he does have that, you can tell he has that killer instinct. He's constantly talking trash. Like, the dude's going to be a great scorer in the NBA for a while. He's only 20 years old. I wish he would drive, which he's been doing more. He's been shooting more free throws because he's been driving more, which is great to see. I don't think you could really complain. With Tyrese Halliburton on it, you don't really need him to be much of a playmaker, but he doesn't really pass the ball too much. Like, he'll pass the ball, but it's not playmaking. It's kind of like he's in trouble, so he'll just dump it to Tyrese, which most of the Pacers do, to be honest. It's just give Tyrese the ball and have him make a play for everybody else. But yeah, so 18 a game, definitely clear-cut number 2 for me. But that leads me to my number 3, Jaden Ivey. He's been creeping up now that Cade's been out especially. He's not been the most efficient, which, like I said, none of the rookies have really been. But, he's averaging, 16 a game. I think him and Killian Hayes actually play off each other pretty well, because Killian Hayes hasn't been abysmal from, 3 as he's been before. So I don't want to say, an injury's good, but that Cade Cunningham injury, I do think that helps the rest of the Pistons to develop, since they're such a young roster, too. And that, we'll talk about Jalen Duren later on in the video, because he's been getting more run, too. But yeah, so, Jaden Ivey, I don't think he will get to what John Moran is, because, clearly it's hard to get to what John Moran is, 28 a game, just jumping over people and stuff. But the flashes are there. There's a reason why he was compared to John Moran. So, yeah, he's going to be a great... you would think that his 3 would improve with time, especially because Cade hasn't been much of a great three-point shooter for what he played this year. He's out for the year, which sucks. But, you kind of need either one of those guys to take a big leap next year with their three-point shooting for them to, because they're probably going to get a top pick. They could get Wembanyama, which would be disgusting. But, yeah, I think Jaden Ivey, he's picked it up as of late. Same with Jabari Smith, who I'll talk about now for the Rockets. I think he's definitely taken. He was looking real bad at the beginning, but you really can't judge the first 15 games of a guy's career. I mean, he's a skinnier guy. He wasn't much of a shot creator from the jump. So, I mean, it's going to take a guy like that time to adjust to the NBA. And if he's not knocking down his shots, he's going to look bad because he doesn't have much of a bag, which is fine. He just needs to get more reps, more playing time, which he's obviously gotten. And his defense has come around finally too. Like, he's using his length a lot better. And the shots have been falling a lot more. So he's averaging like 12 now. But as of late, I'd say he's been dropping about like 15, 16, which is damn good. That's good to see if you're a Rockets fan. I don't think he's ever going to be like that Paulo kind of player, but I don't think it sucks as bad as it was looking that the Magic took Paulo when you thought you were going to get him at 3. So I wouldn't stress out. You guys, your future, it's looking good. Then, who else would I talk about? Let me see. Oh, yeah, Keegan Murray. We'll talk about Keegan Murray. He stepped up as of late, too. And I think Keegan Murray, he got so much hate just for being such a high draft pick at 22. But people were saying that's what the Kings needed. And it really is, because he's shooting 42% from 3. He's not taking a lot of shots, but what do you expect? A team like Sacramento, they're not competing for a championship, but they want a playoff spot. So they have a nice, well-rounded team with Sabonis, Fox, Monk, Hunter. That's an offensive-minded team, so there's not a lot of shots to go around. But when he gets the ball, he's putting it in the basket most of the time, which he's mainly making his threes. He's a shooter, and that's what he was. It was pretty clear he was going to be one of the better shooters from this draft class, which he's been doing. I don't think his potential is as high, but don't just think he's going to stay the same. I think he's going to improve. And I think having a big man like Sabonis that can set him up is also good for him too, just because he's getting shots after shot. Like, he's going to keep doing that as he grows and gets more comfortable in the NBA, which he already is. He's one of the most comfortable rookies just because he's an older rookie. He's used to that stuff. Then we'll talk about Jalen Williams, the one that was drafted 12th overall, not because the Thunder drafted 2 Jalen Williams. The other one's in the G League because he was drafted in the second round, I'm pretty sure. He's not bad, but he's in the G League. But the Jalen with the, Jalen, Jalen Williams, he's looked pretty good. Like, from a 12th pick, you don't really expect too much. But I feel like he's going to be one of those glue guys in the NBA. Like, he's going to be nice for them in the future, like a couple 3, 4 years down the line. Kind of like a Kuminga, but not as athletic. But just, I could see him being more of a glue guy, I think, at his minimum. You know what I mean? I think he's just guaranteed to be a good NBA player for a long time, just because he's 6'6". He doesn't shoot the ball as well. He's more of a finisher, but he plays good defense. So, I mean, I don't really know what else you could ask for from the 12th overall pick. So, yeah, Jalen Williams, definitely looking good for the Thunder. The Thunder got many more picks. They got to choose between a bunch of guys eventually. I mean, they should trade some picks sooner or later. You can't keep them all. Then I have, I put down A.J. Griffin, because I was big on A.J. Griffin. And he wasn't getting no run. Like, Nate McMillan wasn't really playing him at the beginning of the year. And I was so confused why, because he's another great shooter. You know, he has great potential. Like, he didn't have that great of a season at Duke, but it wasn't bad. You know what I mean? He's a shooter, knockdown shooter. And now that he's gotten more comfortable, he's averaging like 20 minutes a game. He has 2 game winners as a rookie, which is crazy. So he's not afraid to take those shots. It looks like they draw those plays up for him. Like, Nate McMillan's put his trust in them, even though him and Trae Young kind of are beefing from what has been said. But that's a good sign to see that the organization and the coach and the players, they seem very happy for him. They're always talking to him, trying to help him out. So he's averaging like 10 a game when he was barely playing before. So he's been dropping like 13, 19. He's not like consistent, but you can't hate on that. he's going to be another guy that's going to be good. I can't judge his potential from that, but I don't think he'll be out of the league. Like, I think AJ Griffin was a good pick, and it's crazy that he fell that far to them. Then we'll talk about my other Pacers rookie, Andrew Nembhard, who also was an older rookie. Pretty sure he's 21. But the thing I have to say about Andrew Nembhard, he looks like he because of the experience being in college for multiple years, Gonzaga and everything, he looks poised when he's out there. But he looks better whenever Halliburton was out, when he dropped like 30 and like 10 assists on the Warriors. Like, he was cooking Curry, but that's because he was the primary ball handler. He doesn't seem like he needs to learn to play off ball more, because obviously Halliburton he's an all-star. He's leading the NBA in assists for a reason. So you want him to have the ball over Nembhard. But he hit that game winner when Halliburton seen him swung it over against the Lakers. I was hyped as hell watching that game live. But yeah, I mean, that being a second-round pick, 31st overall, amazing. Like, he's just another glue guy. Like I said, to get a player like that at 31, and we signed him for 4 years, a great deal. So yeah, I'm excited about that. That was a great pickup for the Pacers, and yeah, he looks like he belongs in the NBA for sure. Then we'll talk about Tari Eason for the Rockets, another good player. Just an energy guy. You can tell he just loves to play, and that's how most of the Rockets guys are. They got a ton of energy. Like, they're moving, they're running, and they make a lot of mistakes, which who cares? You're not going to win anything right now. If you're a Rockets fan, that's good. Like, you see that the guys want to play, they play hard, and they lose. I mean, what more could you want? Like, it's a fun team. I think it's fun to watch still while losing a ton, but you'll get your occasional, like, one of the young guys going off, like, for 30, which is exciting. Tari Eason, I think another later pick that, I mean, I thought somebody was here. I thought my boss was coming in. But, yeah, Tari Eason, energy player, just jumps out of the gym, plays hard. Good, yeah. I mean, great pickup. The Rockets got another great future, just like the Thunder. And I heard James Harden might go back there, which could be cool. But if he's going to take like $200 million or whatever, I don't know. So we'll talk about that another day. But then I listed down Jeremy Sohan. Jeremy Sohan, people were a little like confused why he was picked so high, but that does seem more like a Spurs kind of a pick, a project player. He's more of a defensive-minded player. He's been shooting abysmal. That's not what he was drafted for, though. You know what I mean? But the defense, he's been getting steals, playing the passing lane. He's got a poster dunk, I forget who that was on, but he's gonna take a good bit of time. But the Spurs have shown in the past that they can take guys like that who aren't necessarily just naturally talented, but they have the gifts, like the physical tools and the willingness to work on their flaws. So yeah, I think Jeremy Sohan, he's like a 6'9" power forward, small forward kind of combo. Kind of like a Draymond Green. If he could develop more of a playmaking, like a passing game, like a Draymond Green, he'd be a damn good player. He's going to be another guy that you can hold down, a nice glue guy, like I said, which a lot of these players are. And that just shows how deep of a draft this is. You normally don't get that many quality NBA players. Then I have Shaedon Sharpe, who people were like, why? People were thinking Dame was going to get traded when they took him, but that was a great pick. Like, I'm serious. I mean, there was such a small sample size, but the dude is an athletic freak. Like, I swear, every time you look at a Blazers game, he gets some kind of poster, and he's been getting more minutes as of late. There was, I forget who they were playing the other day, but they had all the young guys in. They had, like, Keon Johnson, him in, like, Shaedon Sharpe was in, and Shaedon Sharpe just looked like he looked like he was better than everyone on the floor, all the young guys. He was the best young guy out there, and he was going to score. Like, he went to the basket. You'd like to see him shoot a little bit more, but the dude's 6'5" with like a 45-inch vertical. The dude's head's like above the rim every time, getting crazy putbacks and everything. Just another athletic monster. So yeah, if the Dame situation, you ever trade him, who knows what's going to go down. Him and the franchise, he's so loyal to them. The Trailblazers fans love him. So I have no idea what's going to happen with there. It would be probably in the best benefit if this season doesn't work out to see what you can get for him, but who knows? We've been saying this forever. But yeah, whenever the Dame thing, he gets older or it just doesn't work out, you trade him, you have Shaedon Sharpe and Anthony Simons, an athletic, just young backcourt. I think that would be a great backcourt for the future. And even just having Shaedon Sharpe in the locker room, you see what Anthony Simons learned from CJ and Dame. Now he can help Shaedon Sharpe and Dame can help him too. So like most guards that play for the Trailblazers become just snipers, but then you have someone like Shaedon Sharpe who's got insane bounce. He could really be scary. His potential is off the roof. So great pickup for Portland. And then they built that team. They're a competent team. They're higher up there in the West. And they still have that young talent for if it all fails. I don't think they're going to win a championship, but you have fun basketball and still good prospects that have hella potential. Then I have Walker Kessler. I'm a big Walker Kessler fan, just because he was in that Rudy Gobert trade, which was maybe the worst trade in NBA history. Not because of Rudy Gobert. I don't want to fault Rudy Gobert, but I mean, he's doing what Rudy Gobert has done his whole career. So I don't know. You can't really be mad at the guy. It was an overpay. But Walker Kessler, he's only, like I was saying in my last video, how I have him as an honorable mention for the Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 1.9 blocks in only 18 minutes a game. He's been getting the start, like I said before, just because Kelly Olynyk has been out. And he's looked great. I mean, he gets dunked on. He's not a bigger guy. He's only 21, so he can still put on some size, on some muscle. But yeah, he's a natural shot blocker. Shoots great. I mean, he's not taking jumpers, but he's leading the rookies in field goal percentage at 75%. So I don't think you could knock him for anything. Like, he's just going to be a serviceable big man, just a nice rim protector. And if you get anything else out of him, then that's a huge win. Then David Roddy for the Grizzlies. That was someone that he's an odd player. And I'm not like trying to say that because he's big, but he's 6'4", but he's like 260, which is crazy. Like, that dude would be crazy at football, but he's got the jumper on him. I'll give it to him. He looked nice, and he looks nice in his minutes. He looks confident. He's been getting more reps as of late because Bane was out and everything. So, I mean, I like David Roddy. It kind of changes up the flow of the game because he's kind of like a one-of-a-kind player. You really don't see that. Like, Zion is just an athletic freak, but like David Roddy's a 6'4", husky guard. Like, it's just odd. So yeah, David Roddy, that was a nice late pickup for them. Grizzlies, I'm pretty sure they got him because of the Anthony Melton trade to the 76ers. So I think that was a win-win. I was a little skeptical why the Grizzlies traded Anthony Melton, but I mean, they have great guards, so it makes sense. I mean, you got a younger player, David Roddy, looking good so far, young guy. Then I have Dyson Daniels written down. Dyson Daniels, I think, he has insane potential. Like I said, young guy, played for the G League Ignite. I thought he would have been drafted a little higher, which he still was a high draft pick, but just he's not like super good at one thing, you know what I mean? But he's just good at everything, like just an all-around player, just passing, rebounding, a bigger guard. Like, he'll run the break, and he's been getting more minutes as of late too. Like, a lot of these guys are finally getting more reps, like I said. So yeah, I mean, he's 19 years old. He's kind of like what I thought RJ Hampton could be. You know, I mean, people probably don't really even, but RJ Hampton disappointed me. I thought RJ Hampton could have been a pretty good NBA player, and he still might be, but he hasn't been looking good for the Magic, and they have too many guards. But yeah, just like an all-around player a triple-double threat at all times. He plays pretty good defense. So yeah, I think Dyson Daniels that Pelicans team is scary. Like, they could honestly make another trade for a superstar. Who knows? Like a Trae Young or something. Like, it could be scary. But then I have Christian Koloko for the Raptors, late pick. Christian Koloko, he's just, I mean, he's I think he's 20, not a shooter. He's not super coordinated. His hands aren't great, but he's an athletic big. He plays hard, like I said. He'll give you 20 minutes a night. The Raptors season has been looking great, but I think for what Christian Koloko kind of came out of nowhere, you know, like he wasn't sought after. So now he's playing 20 minutes a night. Not amazing stats, but he looks like he'll be a serviceable big man in the NBA. Then I have Christian Brown for the Nuggets. He's been turning up as of late too. I think that was a great pick. I think him and Jokic have been playing off each other very well. Looks like they want to give him great advice. That locker room looks like they're really, like, they love each other. Like, they're a good team. Like, they're scared. I have the Nuggets as, like, they really could win it all this year, for sure. So, yeah, Christian Brown, he's not going to do, like, he's not a game-changing player. Who knows what he'll be in the future, but, I mean, he'll come in. He could be a nice little spark off the bench, for sure. And then, I don't know why I had Jalen Duren, like, just randomly on this list like that. I was just writing down rookies that came to my mind. But Jalen Duren, he's just turned 19 years old. That dude, I don't know why the Knicks didn't get him. And the Hornets, I'm confused. Like, Jalen Duren should not have been passed on that many times, or the pick should not have been traded when you could have got him. So yeah, Jalen Duren averaging like 8 and 8. He wasn't getting a lot of like minutes before, but injuries and everything have allowed him to step into that role. He's young. He makes a lot of mistakes. He's a high energy guy, super athletic. He's younger than me. I'm 20 years old, just turned 20, and he just turned 19, which is crazy to think about. So, I mean, it's wild to me how young that dude is, and he's a monster, like 6'10" or whatever, like 240. So yeah, the Pistons future is super bright. They legit, like, they're gonna be scary. But the NBA is so talented. I've said that about a couple teams here. But yeah, Jalen Duren, I like Jalen Duren, 8 and 8, crazy. I think he's leading rookies in rebounds right now. So yeah, just like an athletic big. He's not gonna stretch the floor really. But him and now that Isaiah Stewart has been able to really, like, his 3-point shot has come around. Now they kind of can play together. I'm liking that kind of combo. Two high energy guys, but now that, like I said, Isaiah Stewart, he's shooting threes now and he's making them, which is crazy. Like, good on Isaiah Stewart. Because I was afraid that Isaiah Stewart was kind of gonna get played out of the rotation, but he's evolved his game, and now I think that it could work for what they have. I mean, unless they get Wembanyama, and then it's like, obviously you're going to prioritize that guy. That's a unicorn, 7'4" unicorn. But yeah, I mean, I think those were like the 17 rookies that deserve to be talked about. There's obviously more. I'm not going to get them all. This video is already 22 minutes. I've made no cuts, just straight ranting. I hope that it was interesting for you if you even watched to the end. But I'm going to be getting an Elgato. I'm going to be doing my 2K rebuilds. Should be coming in the mail Saturday, the 31st, December 31st. So yeah, this channel should start turning up for real. Like, it won't just be this sitting in the office at work and making rants. I'm probably still rant like this, but it'll be better quality, and I'll actually sit down and like edit. Because right now I'm just kind of doing iMovie, but even right now I don't even have to edit. It's just gonna do the intro, and then this is the second video, which is 22 minutes. I don't even know if my phone can handle this much. But yeah, I appreciate you watching if you did. Hope you learned something. I hope, like I said, it was interesting. I'm going to be back consistent again. Just didn't think there was really any point posting during the like Christmas, like 2 days like that, because I didn't think I was going to get any views. But yeah, hopefully just make sure you subscribe. I haven't said that in any of my videos, but if you could subscribe for me, because I am going to be consistent, like I said. But love you guys. Thank you.
Just too broken lame, they all can suck a dick. Feeling like I'm lost, cause be full of shit. Just be pressing my exhaust. I'm getting way too rich, yeah, I never look at cost. Please stop asking for the sauce, said it only works for bosses. Only work for boss.